Now in this question, the principal talks about the offense of giving false information to a public servant. In the facts, Ashok was the landlord of a village and he and Vinay did not get along well. So Ashok's servant Mahesh. So Mahesh was the servant of Ashok. So Mahesh informed Ashok that he has confirmed knowledge that Vinay was engaged in the business of smuggling liquor from neighboring state. Now, one day Mahesh, the servant, he informs that he saw a truck entering Vinay's compound and on inquiring he found out that a new consignment of liquor was received. The Mahesh, the servant, knew about the information to be incorrect. The servant knew that this information is incorrect. But his master Ashok, he called up the SHO and informed him about the events. So Ashok calls up the SHO. Now SHO raided Vinay's house but nothing was found. The SHO further investigated the matter and found that the information was false. Now we have to decide who would be guilty of giving false information to a public servant. Let's look into the definition. Principle says that whoever gives to any public servant any information which he knows or believes to be false, intending thereby to cause or knowing it likely that he will cause such public servant to use the lawful power of such public servant to cause injury or annoyance to any person, commits the offense of giving false information to a public servant. Now, the first information was given by Mahesh to Ashok. Now, Mahesh is a servant. He gives an information to Ashok. But Ashok is not a public servant. He is merely his master. He is not a public servant. Because this information has to be given to a public servant. So this communication will not amount to this offense. Now, the second information wherein Ashok tells the SHO about the events over here. SHO is a public servant but Ashok believed the information to be true. He did not know that the information given by Mahesh is false. He truly believed the information to be true. So therefore, over here the first part of the definition does not satisfy that he believes to be false. Rather, he believed the information to be true. So even this communication will not amount to false giving of information. Hence, neither of the two can be held guilty for providing false information. Therefore, the correct answer option would be option D.